complete to Naylor, right side. Here is 3rd and 5.
A 5-yard pickup on the play.
In motion comes the tight end left. Sticking with the pass, here's McCarthy. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Throwing to start the drive. Dugan. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. 2nd down and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Warren. And this is going to be a Steelers 1st down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
A gain of 6. That's good for a Steelers 1st down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun. Dugan. A short one there to Freiermuth. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Freiermuth. It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Operating from the gun. Dugan. And he finds Austin complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on 3rd down. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Back to throw again. Oh, he's looking for a touchdown deep for Woods. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Jeff Okudah right there to break it up.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Up the middle, Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now McCarthy. That one complete to Naylor. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Looking to throw McCarthy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 12-yard line. Back to throw. McCarthy. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. McCarthy operating from the gun. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jalen Naylor, as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room.
We've been together a few years, and you know that I really ride the wave of old momentum, don't I?
Yes, you do.
There is a heck of a difference between being down 6 and possibly being up 1. And right now, they've got that opportunity.
No doubt. That is a big-time score and a big-time swing in momentum. The extra point splits the uprights, and they take the lead here at 7-6. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Austin is there and brings in another one. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Hard to believe this guy was watching us from his living room last week. Now he's under center here for an NFL team.
And not many teams were in the market to sign him, but you have to believe that this team felt like we saw something previously in this guy, and now he has a chance to prove it with us.
And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
That is incomplete. So a tight one so far, 1-point game at the break as we check in with Scott Hansen at our halftime report. Scott. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. And able to get this out to the 25. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. You know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, get us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
A gain of 15 yards. And the Steelers first down.
On the give, it's Warren. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup at 3. Brings up second.
From the 44, Duggan. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Up the middle they go. Warren. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Steelers send out their punter now. as he'll come on to kick this one away. Price now to return. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. So here are the Vikings to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Looking to put a drive together. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Alex Highsmith. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
A tough spot here, 3rd and 15. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Sheds off the tackle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 53 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
1st and 10 at the 48.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Warren. And a nice spin into some open field. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Jalen Warren, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Steelers have retaken a 3rd-quarter lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done. I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And out now come the Vikings. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
A gain of 18 on the play. 1st down, Vikings.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At their 48-yard line.
To the air with McCarthy. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Oh, that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
The Steelers offense and their running back Jalen Warren headed back onto the field. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. They fire this one quickly to Austin. Now 2nd and 9. To throw is Duggan. Over the middle, complete. It's Woods. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time. In football, puts you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Warren will try to right side. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Duggan now to throw. A short one there to Freiermuth. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Welcome back now to the Emerald Isle. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. That's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's McCarthy. Under pressure, they got him again. Alex Highsmith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you had extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Duggan to throw. Airing it out deep for Woods. And that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
In trouble, and he's taken down. Eric Wilson, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And now out comes Minnesota. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yes, you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Third down from the gun, McCarthy.
And he is caught. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Back to throw. McCarthy.
Open man is Naylor. He's got it.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the Steelers pressure too much here. He's going down. Cameron Hayward picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Looking to put a drive together.
Throwing, Duggan.
He'll find Metcalf. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
They'll run it. Warren.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Now run with Warren. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
the 47-yard line.
Duggan will look to throw this. Under pressure, and down he goes. Jonathan Allen able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Duggan going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Well, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game now. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
And inside give to Jones. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Well, so much for that possession.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a little too much there, partner. He tried to keep it himself. Ended up getting buried in the backfield, and that brings up 4th down.
But hard to catch your breath. Another big play looming, 4th and 3. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. That's over the middle. He finds Naylor. They'll come up now on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the
back to throw. Over to find Jones. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. Completes this to Jefferson. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Steelers have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second.